Hi there. It is the 12th of November, and boy, here in New Zealand, the energy has completely just poof. So the timing of this video is just perfect, and it's for everybody. I went out there and did a remote view, and this is quite an exciting one. It's completely different again, and so yeah, let's get on with it because there's so much to cover. Okay, so as soon as I connected in, I felt like a princess tonight as this gentleman just came up and said, "Your carriage awaits, my dear." Wow, I'm feeling very special tonight, and I'm just going to go with it. Why not? It's not often that you get a horse and cart presented to in front of you. So I went with it, feeling a little bit like Cinderella going off to the ball. It's like everything that we've been waiting for. It's time. The build-up has been incredible right now. It's time to go to the ball. So much has been lifted. And yesterday it was incredible energy. And it was the 11/11/2021. So it was confirming that the heaviness had been lifted, but we've got some residual that's come through to New Zealand today. It is feeling so unreal right now, but I'm just going with it as it feels so right. It feels so right from so many levels. When I was sitting in the carriage, it reminded me of a time of a friend of mine took me on a horse and carriage in central London on the cobblestones. And it has always been a dream of mine to be in a white carriage, which I did that day. So again, I was presented with the white carriage. So I walked down these very wide, large stairs from this incredible house, and there was a gorgeous, well-maintained garden. It must have been mine, or I don't understand why, but anyway, that's where I was. I was invited to this ball, and I'm feeling honoured to be part of it. I'm feeling apprehensive, but it is a knowing that it is over. Why would you have a celebration? It feels like it is an announcement that we're going to be told about something, and it's feeling so unreal. With it being a ball, it takes it to another league, as we have never experienced anything like it on the scale before. We came up to this banquet hall. I've never seen this place before. Just then, this overwhelming emotion came flooding over my whole being. It just came out of nowhere. I just sat there and just cried. The tears were just flowing. It was a massive bubble of emotion that welled up, and the floodgates opened up. All the emotions were coming up as we came up to the setting. I know as soon as I walk up to the steps that it will become so real. As I stepped out of the carriage, the horseman took my hand to assist me. I have to say, I was feeling rather delicate emotionally. Even my legs are shaking and my heart is racing. Anybody would think it's my wedding day. It's an unreal feeling to experience, and it's so hard to explain all the emotions that I'm going through right now. It's full comprehension of the not knowing what is going to be presented. but it was the knowing of when is this going to stop that we're all going through right now. So it was the apprehension. We all have been dragged through all this pure darkness to show the people how evil our planet had become. It has now come to the light, for every person is going through their darkest days, to work out whether they want to live with Satan's energy or lift their vibration and walk in the light of God's love and get the hell out of this apocalypse of what our world leaders are bestowing upon us. The beautiful thing that is happening, we're all taking part of a huge collective team from all around the world, of the knowing to help carry the light codes in our being for others to see, when it was so dark for them to see. As each one of us is shining our light to help one another. This is where they play it forward concept is brilliant, because when we help somebody else, that other person in return will help us back when we need them. I know myself. Every morning I would seek to see if it was over yet. I don't open my eyes till I study the energy and intuitively. I just ask, is it over? Every single morning I continue to ask the universe. Next minute I burst out crying, as I can't wait for that day that I don't have to ask anymore. It was just that emotion that came flooding in. As so many ask, Karen, when is it finishing? When does it stop? Please, can you beg them to stop it? So now I composed myself and wiped away my tears, having that knowing in my heart. It is so incredible, but incredibly heavy at the same time. I'm prepared to keep standing no matter what, as I am not afraid, as I hold in my heart the ending as our future selves guide us through this maze of hell here on earth. So to give you that confidence, I'm going to go through those double doors at the top of those stairs for us all, with my head held up high and my shoulders up and my heart and chest forward, for that knowing in my heart. Before I even go through those doors, I can literally say we are going to leave all of this behind. You can feel it, as it's a distant memory, as we have certainly got so much to look forward to. So let's walk in there together. Come hold my hand and let's do this. While I start climbing up the stairs, there were two doormen who opened the huge double doors for me. Feeling like a lady now. Instantly, I could feel the energy as my whole body was tingling. My body recognizing the higher frequencies. It's so overwhelming, as tears welled up in my eyes once again, as the pure love energy engulfed me straight away. It's something you cannot even describe. I'm so proud to say we have actually crossed the finish line. So now I want you to hold this complete knowing in your heart, is that you are going to make it with me. When you can visualize it while I'm talking, I want you to hold onto a huge part of your knowing that you are going to take the same walk very soon. Remember, You have to believe to receive. Otherwise, I have this great saying, and I say it to my kids and my friends and clients. Otherwise, I will kick your ass. I love saying that. I love being the ass kicker. There is something deep down inside you that keeps pushing you. You have no idea of what it is, but you have a knowing that you hold on to. I can assure you that today, without that knowing what you got, it is a true connection to Source. It is what has held you through the darkest days of what they have bestowed upon you. They have tried everything in their power to harm us in so many levels. So I sit here and I cry the tears of joy. And I thank them for challenging me for the hardest 6 years of our life, as it's got me to find the most incredible strength in my heart and in my body and my soul to stand up against the matrix system. I'm able to stand in front of you with that hard military style form of training that I have had to go through. And now I find myself 3 months later in the next chapter. But this time it's happening to everyone around the world. So without switching down from the previous one, I kept on full alert, as I already knew what deception and corruption smelt like. I knew already who you could trust and who you couldn't trust. Being intuitively gifted, there is an energy, a vibration a person emits when they lie. And I can see it so clear, especially if you stare them straight in the eye. They can't hold the stare as they will look away. The non-humans that walk amongst us will hold the stare. So they go beyond that. So I go beyond that. And I check to see if they have a soul. 9 times out of 10, they are empty. They know that I can see them for whom they really are. I can always pick up on a high vibrational soul when they speak the truth, as it hits my heart and I get a wee tingle down my arm or even down my leg. Then I know that person has been placed in the position for the betterment of humanity. I always know when a soulless person speaks, as I can see straight through them. Over this period of my life, I have dealt with all walks of life that are in this corporation. I know their energies and I know how they work. So when I had to go out and find the truth at these times, I already knew what I was looking for. I can actually say I never knew to the depth of how that this is bestowed upon us all here on earth. So I shone my light on the darkest days for many, as some have never had it so hard. They need that helping hand to stay strong within others. So I was a survivor. So this time I walk alongside the world, standing up as I can see the light, as we walk alongside God. I know how to navigate through the dark, as they had put me through there beforehand. So I knew where the trapdoors were. I would place the protection up and around me. And I am somebody that will read the vibration of another. Without that gift, with them challenging me, I would not have built up the skills to be as strong as I am today. So I thank them. as I have been able to stand strong. They played with us this time. It is the world. It's not just me. It is now the world is standing. And now they are the mice. I have taken the time to reflect, to give me the opportunity to be part of this. For now, I step with the most amazing energy that I have inside, that having the honor of knowing that we have got this over the finish line. Breathe that thought in, hold it, and don't let go of it. I'll take you back to me now, walking up the steps and going to the double doors. It's the most unexplainable energy emanating from that space. For a quick moment, I looked back and watched everything starting to crumble. There is no substance in anything. Everything is completely crumbling to the ground. It's like watching a 3D puzzle of a tower, tumbling down a bit by bit. Everything was completely crumbling away, if it was from a negative energy. There is no structure you could put back together, even if you wanted to. Even then, when I was watching the pieces completely fall apart, they were then dissolving to nothing. I turned around and I looked back once again. And then I noticed that people were awakening from their slumber. They were looking around at each other as to say, where am I? What has just happened? Oh my God, they are actually waking up. They are literally waking up. They are completely looking around, completely dumbfounded. They have no idea where they are or even what they are doing. They are all looking at each other, completely dazed. I've just asked my guides what is happening with them now. Then the next minute I have just seen a whole pile of angels come in, and they're all getting attended to because they're prepared for the awakening of these last lot of souls. They are all in a complete daze as they are not quite with it. But I'm getting assured that they will get the treatments that they all need, along with the love. Oh my God, it has been amazing just watching them. They're all been assigned with an angel, and I've been assured that they are all going to be taken care of, and more are waking up as I looked around. I've been told to keep walking forward as this is their journey now. They need to go through and watch, as I need to go through and watch the whole thing roll out and show and be shown the most amazing things that are going to be presented. Those people will be taken through the basics, what has gone down all around the world. It'll be of a gentler process than what we have had to endure. As I walk through the space, I thank them for looking after them all. When I look inside through those doors, there are thousands upon thousands, right into the millions of people in this area that I have now stepped into. It's like the Grammy Awards, but not, as everyone is getting thanked and guided. I'm getting shown where my seat is, as there is so much celebrations going on and the energy is so high. All the men are in black suits and the women are in gowns. Just right now, there is a massive storm going on. The rain has come in, and I am looking out there. And to me, it's a cleansing while I'm reading this out. So there is so much going on out there as well. It's amazing. There is a stage, but there is a big screen, which they are showing us with what is going to be happening. We're all actually getting guided, but we are visually getting guided. It is amazing, and now they're blocking me from seeing on the screen. So obviously there's only so much they're going to allow me to be able to bring back. But hey, I'm trying to grab as much as I can. I'm sitting there asking, what are you going to be showing me? They are talking about the Tesla power, which is going to be switched on very soon. They're talking about the money, as there are no banks and everyone is going to be well cared for. We're going to be taught how to work with money, but then we are going to take another shift. And that is not about money anymore, as money was made from the cabal, where they now have it all been taken down the cabal. They're talking that we are going to learn not to work with money, but of another form. The freedom. Oh my God. The freedom. It is like the Grammy Awards with the total excitement in the room. It is of a far greater scale, as we are now all the winners. No one gets awarded anything over another. We're all getting guided and learning what we are going to be receiving in our new world. They have shifted up in a completely different vibration. This is all of us, and it is incredible. We're in the center, and I don't even know what to even call it, as I have never been to one before on this scale. We're all going through a dimensional shift, and they are all showing, and they are showing how they're going to be scanning our bodies to find where our weaknesses lay, because they said you have come off the battleground, the battlefield, and you are weary. What they want to do is take us through the healing for ourselves that we will go through for this transition. There's so much we are going to learn, and everyone is going to be different, have different interests that we will want to go off and learn. The first and ultimate part of this journey is the healing of our mind, body and souls, as we are literally over what we have been going through. They're also going to raise a lot of what the cabal has put upon us, and it is in our cellular memory. That is what's causing our dis-ease and our emotional trauma of what they have done, along with all the programming that needs to be cleared. I've worked in quantum physics myself for over 20 years. I can now understand how they're going to be able to work with the new technologies. And they're going to completely go through a shift up in our bodies. They then started showing us we're going to feel this most incredible enlightenment that we have ever felt. You can actually feel that you belong. You literally feel it. Whoopsie, the dog's just dropped something off the couch. She's flicking my cushions off, and it's going to flick something else off. Good one, Ellie. We'll come back here. You can actually feel it's literally like coming home and proud of who you are. I had a sensation and an emotion, a feeling that I'm going through right now. The feeling of we have made it. We actually have made it completely intact. Some injured in the battle. They are now showing. It's like some form of shower that we'll walk through. It's like a mist, but I can't even comprehend what it is. But it's of a form of a mist of water, a cleansing. It feels so fresh. Even our clothing is so different. It's like we are learning how to live all over again. We're getting taught what we don't know. They are saying what we know has been inverted, and it's time to go through a time capsule to unlearn, to learn of what we don't know. If you can get onto that one. It's like going into a day spa and having a treatment and getting completely pampered, but instead of nails and a facial, we're getting our inner part of the unraveling of our brains, as the Kabbalah has stopped part of our brains from functioning. We know we have not been using the full potential, and this is where you have to ask yourself, why? How is this even possible? Now, oh my God, wow, I'm actually watching the switching on our brains to be fully functional. Yes, I'm a little special as I work my brain with my gift. Part of my brain is awoken, so I'm able to channel through this information, and I can merge between both worlds. There is a way, more capacity of our brains to awaken up, so we all are completely being dumbed down. This is going to be activated. When we go back home, we use all our possibilities and our abilities. So that is what is going to happen now. When we come into this planet, we get dumbed down, but from our own abilities. And if we did come in with a huge amount of abilities over the others, we'd look too much of a freak. So you can understand in a sense, but not. We're all going to be tuned in at the same time, so it will feel like it's natural, and we will all sense things and visualize by creating our reality by our thoughts. Some are already doing this, while others don't know where to start. It will be so easy. We will be creating everything with our thoughts. It will be the most natural ability. The new frequencies of our mind, we can create that vibration, and the universe brings into us that request, and then we manifest through our thought patterns. That is showing me the universities people attend. They train them like people one way to serve the cabal. For an example, the doctors and nurses to work the pharmaceutical way and not an alternative way with new technologies. If they did, the curriculum was minor on this. For an example, the doctors will now be taught many other ways to bring the body back into balance, as it's like driving a car. When the red light comes on, they would pull a sticking plaster out to cover up the red light blinking, which means the oil's run out. But we put on the sticking plaster over the red flashing light, which represents the symptom, and not go back to the root cause of what actually created the light to go on in the first place. look who funds those universities, and that's where you get your answers. Radiation and chemo is literally frying their bodies from the inside out. That is obsolete. They had come up with a solution for a deadly virus, so-called killing people off in only a few months, called a jab in the arm, and yet decades later they can't cure cancer. Well, if you know what you know, everyone that has found a cure all of a sudden has disappeared or paid off. I'm taking all these new technologies that are available for us all. They're insane. There is so many, and you're gonna love it. Oh my God, this is incredible. I'm witnessing very ill people with me, and they are all on the med beds, and I'm watching their bodies shifting up into the higher vibration, or the body is getting scanned. You can see the rays that are beaming through their bodies and watching the transformation of their cells. They are vibrating to a higher frequency. The damaged cells are awakening up. They are rejuvenating the cells. It is so incredible to witness. The people on the beds are crying of the most incredible tears of happiness, and I'm looking over at them with utter delight. All these people are getting healed, and there are so many options. I looked over to my left, and there were people wanting to learn different languages as they are switching on different aspects of their brains, and they talk in another language. It's going to be so easy to pick up. So just imagine, for the people that have always connecting with their gifts, and people that have been impaired for different reasons, are all going to be healed. As soon as I said that, a massive gust of wind hit my house. It's confirming that statement. I'm seeing the children on the med beds, and for what they have gone through, watching their parents go through so much stress and horror in these dark times, as all this will be erased, so they won't hold them back in any way whatsoever. I'm watching in how they are being taught, and there are so many abilities that are going to be awoken as we have all been dumbed down in our school systems. They will be taught how to use all their senses and life skills. They will be taught to expand their awareness with no limitations. So they're going to have a far greater experience than what we have had as adults. They are the new generation of the new abilities that are going to come through, the gifted ones. So for their children, they're going to be extremely gifted. We all get healed completely, and even the food, it's exquisite. The abilities to be at different places when we need to be. This is another technology that is going to be presented in itself. They said we will show you step by step of our new opportunities, and as from now, they are now telling me to go back, as they will take me to another level, another night. I am thanking them so much for allowing me to see to this level in itself. There are so many opportunities for everyone, and again, I'm coming back into my reality. And as I look at my life here, as much as I love my life, but not as much as what's out there. As it is of a higher vibration, the world is beyond your imagination of where we are all going to go. The higher realities of the new vibration, and anything is possible. Start your new life now in your mind. You don't have to wait for it to happen. Start carrying it in your heart, and know this is what you have been waiting for. As that is the key right now. Don't give away your energy into fear that is being pumped out there. Find a space in your mind and focus on your imaginary life and how you are going to live in there till it actually happens in real life. The key is being in your safe place in your mind right now. As we're just about there. The ending is closer than ever before. Absolutely. I send you so much love as freedom is upon us, and it's not much further to wait. So hold it in your heart. Hold that space in your mind, and when you find that you can't or you struggle for a day, go and find a tree, sit there, close your eyes, and go into your imaginary self, because your future self will greet you and help you and get you there. Because we are all going at the same time, but it's just this interim, well, we shine our light on the dark for it to be exposed, and this is what's happening right now. So you hold it, you hold that light, you literally, I am pushing so much love your way, and don't give up. Get on and listen to some really upbeat music, do some dance parties, get out there in the rain if need be, go and swim in the water and refresh. Cold showers in the morning, do everything to shift your energy. Do not be trodden down. It is your time. We are nearly there. So I send you so much love and support, and as I lift your vibration, I know you're going to be with us. So if you like and share, subscribe on my channel, Karen Odell, click the notifications, and I see you till next time. Thank you.